About 2 months ago, I decided to fund a Moomoo account with $500 to prove to you it's not about how much money you have in your account. It all comes down to the strategy and the approach you have when navigating and swing trading in the stock market. So in today's video, we are going to be doing an update on the $500 swing trading challenge. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask down below. And if you guys want to learn more about investing and trading and swing trading and all of that good stuff, I highly recommend checking out the Swing Trading Masterclass. It's the school that I've made. I absolutely love it. We have private live streams, we have quizzes, we have lectures, everything you guys need to get started with swing trading. And right now, you guys can use code MONEY for 50% off the school. It's absolutely great. We talk about how to find these stocks and all that good stuff. So at least check it out. And I'll see you in there, and let's jump into this here. So starting off is how much money are we at right now? So we actually broke over $700 with this account, which is, guys, that is awesome. And I know people comment on this video and they will say, Carter, well, this is 2 months into it. How have you not turned $500 into 10,000? Guys, no. If you have that approach of I have to turn $500 into 10,000 in 2 months, you're already in the wrong headspace. My job as a trader is one thing, and that is to make money. So I am doing that. I'm very, very happy with that. And the great thing about this is the profits I make tomorrow, today can be used as leverage tomorrow. With trading, it has a very, very fast compounding effect, but it also has it on the flip side. So, if you start losing money, but that's why we're going to be talking about the strategy, the risk and reward, and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and let's jump into this here. So this past week, let's talk about pretty much how much money we made. We made near and around $54, which is a return of about 8%. Which is awesome. This grew from last week, which we grew near and around, I think it was like $36-ish last week. So, as long as we're slowly growing, and like I said, the profits we make can be used as leverage tomorrow. So last week was $36. This week was a little over $50. So we're getting higher profits, which is always the best thing. So let's talk about the strategy here. So like I said, I've been using Moomoo. They're absolutely awesome. I love them. Now, with my strategy here, what I actually do is I have a checklist. I have a checklist that I go through before I buy a stock. I think it's super, super important. And that's why having a journal, a notebook, or something where you can navigate a stock to make sure you are choosing the best quality pick. So I highly recommend getting a trading journal. You can get one at 99 cents at the dollar store, or you can get a trading journal, the one that I sell on Amazon. You guys can get that as well. I'll put that down below for you guys. But having that is super, super important, because now you can write down your checklist for the stock, and you can just go through one by one, making sure that the stock follows your strategy. So the first thing that I look for is a stock on some sort of upward trend here. And obviously, looking at this stock here, you guys can notice, boom, it has that really nice upward trend, which is always good here. The next thing that I look at is it on some sort of support line? So a support line could be, a certain price. It could be on a trend line like this. It could be on a moving average line. In this circumstance with DHT here, it has a combination of two. So the first thing is, look at this like yellow line here. You guys can see each and every time it hits that line, we get good buying pressure. This is what we call a trend line, right? The next thing it has is this red line here. This red line is what we call the 200-day moving average line, which acts as support and resistance. So you guys can see, comes down, hits it, and we get that good move going forward there. So each and every time, it hits that red line, it establishes good buying pressure. So now we have a stock on an upward trend, sold off down to some level of support. In this circumstance, we have a trend line and also the $200 or 200-day moving average line. So we have two, which is just a higher percentage that will get more buying pressure out of this thing. The next thing I look at is, what is the RSI? The RSI stands for the Relative Strength Index. So at the time, it was trading for near and around a 28 on the RSI. So that's good, because we want to make sure this thing is trading, under a 30. And the last time I was trading for that was all the way back in here, where we had this good move. So we now know, okay, the stock sold off. It has an upward trend on some sort of support, undervalued on the RSI. Other indicators and other things that I do is I will actually look at the hourly chart. I'll look at the hourly chart and see what's going on here. So in this circumstance, you guys can see it found heavy support here on that hourly. So now you can enter here, set your stop loss just below it, have a great risk and reward, and you guys can see this thing squeezed its way up. So now we have our entry, but how do you know when to sell? So what I always do and what I love here is I at first had this, right? We started forming this trend. So I literally just drew this out and I told myself, if it breaks down through this trend, I am going to sell my position. But what happened is we had this huge move where the stock went up 7% in a single day. So if we actually go and we look at like the minute chart, you guys can see just how crazy. Let's see. You guys can see just how crazy this move is, right? Going from 11 all the way up to $12, which is a crazy move for a stock of this magnitude here, of this size. So now, okay, now we're already up, 10+%. So now what I did after we had that trend and we had this huge buying pressure, I told myself, well, if it breaks down through the previous day's closing price, I will or lowest price, I will sell my position. So it squeezed up. I set my stop kind of in the middle here at about 11.50. And then we had this day where it actually got a little more buying pressure. And then the following day started squeezing down. And that's where we sold, is on this huge green or red candle. So that return was near and around, like I said, that was a return of about 8%, which is awesome. That's $54.60 of pure profit. So now, if you are just starting out with trading and you watch this video and you have a general idea of what's going on, that is awesome. But what I want to see you guys focus on and do is to learn and to paper trade. Paper trading, is a good way to get familiar with the broker you're using, get familiar with strategies, approach, and all that stuff. Now, I know people comment on these videos and they will say, well, paper trading, Carter, eliminates emotion. You're right. It does eliminate emotion. But what it does do is help teach you strategies and techniques to become a better trader. And after you paper trade, then you go with a small account. Then you go with a one share challenge, a $100 account, and slowly start that practice of buying and selling with real money, because then you'll build up an emotional tolerance to stocks and you won't be emotionally invested after you practice that. So guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below. Don't forget, you guys can use code MONEY for 50% off the school, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and take care.